Hello everyone and welcome back to Erin Twibbles Around Aimlessly. I'm Erin and on this channel I am documenting my husband and I's journey to debt freedom and ultimately financial independence. And one of the ways we're doing that, or that we are aiming to achieve those goals, is by being very particular with our budget and watching our spending. And one of the things that helps us to rein in and manage our spending is using cash and cash envelopes, sometimes actual cold hard cash, other times digitally. So today is a Sunday and it is our first cash stuffing video of May. We are going to be stuffing $1,675, and this is going to be for the next 2 fortnights across our different categories. Plus, as a result of my Roundup challenge that I did in April, I've got an additional $250 that I'm going to put into a specific sinking fund to go ahead and basically knock that one out and call it good for the rest of the year. So I've got my 2 different stacks of cash. I'm going to set this one just off to the side for now. But otherwise, we will go ahead and we will get set up. So if you are new to my channel, I am in Australia, hence the very colorful funny money, what kind of looks like play money. So I should have 5 $100 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we'll see how much space I end up taking here. 13 50s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Lucky number 13. Okay, some people don't consider it to be such a lucky number, but I don't get too fussed over it. 16 20s. 1, 2, 3. You're facing the wrong way. So are you. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 of those bad boys. 16 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just catching those little straggly ones that aren't facing the same way. And lastly, 9 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I already have my cheat sheet here, so I already know where everything goes. So everything has a home, everything is calculated out. Let's go ahead and let's jump right in. So we are going to start with groceries. Groceries is one of our larger budgets that we have. So for the next fortnight, we're going to have 400 in groceries. That's going to be 2 $100 bills. We are going to have 2 50s. We are going to have 4 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are going to have 2 10s. So 1, 2. We will go ahead and count this up real quick. 100, 200, 50, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, and 400. I've mentioned in the past that I do have tracking sheets that are in each of the envelopes. I just don't bother taking everything out, adding everything up, putting it back in. Household, we have actually dropped down. Household, we're doing $50 a fortnight now. So this was just after kind of a reevaluation of where we were at, what we needed, what we were spending. So $50 for household, and then $50 for spend. So this is my personal spending money, but usually I use it on something for me and the husband or me and the child or something like that. So that's a mom thing that we, even when we have money for ourselves, we don't always use all of it on ourselves. Our big pain point, and that is fuel. So petrol. Petrol gets $300 for a fortnight, and yes, we will utilize all of that, unfortunately. So that is going to be 2 50s going in there. 6 20s, 20, 40, whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll count it up in just a second. 6 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 4 5s, 1, 2, 3, 4. So as I mentioned, I live in Australia. Specifically, I am in Brisbane, which is in Queensland, on the east coast, so southeast coast. And our fuel right now is per liter, and it's running about $1.60 per liter, which comes out to over $6 per gallon if you were to do a conversion. So 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300. And my husband does commute to work. I am still on work from home, but even still, so our fuel prices can actually fluctuate anywhere between about $1.20 per liter up to $1.70 per liter. In addition to having to pay for fuel, in Queensland, they love having toll roads. So we have to pay tolls for many of the roads that we're on, but then also if you use public transport in general. And we put about $75 a fortnight, or $75 per week, so $150 per fortnight. So that is 2 50s, 2 20s, and 2 5s. So 50, 100, 20, 40, 45, and 50. So, but we do spend about an average of $75 per week, be it on tolls or on the train, the bus, anything like that. My two very hungry hippos, Torque and Turbo, these are my dogs. They get $150 a fortnight. So that is 100, 120. Eventually I'll make up my mind. 2 10s and 2 5s. $150. So 120, 30, 40, 45, 50. That will keep their bellies happy with their food and their snackies. This is only for their food. They have a completely separate account for their vet bills and medications and all of that good stuff. Our bulk groceries gets $100, so that is 2 50s. We do have Costco here in Queensland, and we do utilize it. It's about maybe 15 kilometers away from us. So that is one of the things that we use the bulk groceries for, because honestly, who can walk into Costco and only spend $20? Not me. If you're one of those people, or you know one of those people, mention in the comments below what your secret to success is. We have our miscellaneous fund. This is going to get $50 going into it. So these are just things that we probably should have thought about that we don't realize until after the fact that we should have thought about it. So why didn't we think of that? And eating out, and eating out gets $100. My husband and I do enjoy going out on a date night or a date lunch. These are actually when we have our budget catch-up meetings. It is extremely good for our relationship. It is good for our mental health, and that is just something that we've done really well in scaling back. If I'm being honest, we were probably spending well over $1,000, if not $1,500 a month on eating out before we started getting serious with our budgeting. So to be down to $100 a fortnight is a pretty darn big win for us in my book. And speaking of my husband, Gaz, he gets $150 a fortnight. This is his money. I don't ask where he spends it. I don't expect him to tell me where he spends it. I don't ask for any change back. I hand it over to him, and I know I will never see it again. So 150 schmackaroonies for him. And then last one is health and personal care. This is done entirely digitally. I don't even bother pulling the money out. Now, normally what I would do at this point is I would put additional money into our other sinking funds. So these are things like our anniversary, birthdays, Christmas, etc. But if you watch my videos, particularly my Transfer Tuesday videos, then you might be aware that I had a little bit of a snafu in terms of calculations. And So we thought that we were a bit further along in our debt payoff than we actually were. And since I also started implementing using my Roundup Challenge money for my sinking funds to top them up, I actually had more in the Roundup than I pull out for the sinking fund. So I normally pull out $175, and that's what this is right here. So I am going to actually take this, and I am immediately going to move it back to the bank. And that's what my envelope up here is for. Now you might be going, well, Erin, that's silly. Why did you pull out the money in the first place? Because I didn't make a final decision until about, 3 minutes ago, right before I started filming, that's what I'm going to commit to. And now I have stated it on a video, so there is no going back on that. But I do have that $250 from the Roundup Challenge. And this one I rounded down to have just a nice even number and no change, because again, if you are not familiar, all of our $1 and $2, we don't have notes for those. We have coins. I hate dealing with coins. That's why I have a big jar. So I have 50 to the side, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. Now, one of our sinking funds is Other Holidays. And Other Holidays has a goal of $260. I already have $20 in here. So I am going to take $240 and put the rest of it into the Other Holidays fund. And that means that this fund is now taken care of. And so the next one that I'm going to focus on is going to be, no, let's do birthdays, because Gaz's birthday is coming up in June. So an additional $10 going to birthdays. And then at the end of May, depending on how much money we have left over from all of those sinking funds, is going to depend how much will go in there. So that is the plan for that going forward. This other $175 that I normally would stuff is actually going to go towards a debt payment. So you will see that in my next Transfer Tuesday, which will be coming up on the Tuesday following this particular video. So that is that for stuffing our money and getting everything ready and prepared for the week. If you have enjoyed this video, if you enjoy these types of videos, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Those likes really do help to support my channel. They also help to support me and that they give feedback. And also feel free to drop a comment as well. I love having a chat and engaging with people there, though it does sometimes take me a bit longer to get to that, just because a lot of times when people are commenting, I'm in dreamland, quite happily sleeping, and I do have a full-time job outside of doing this. As always, remember to choose kindness, show gratitude, always keep a positive mindset, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!